All right. What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's
What's up, Matt?
happening? Good to see you,
Matt,
Fernie.
good to see you. Let me check to see if we're live on our page. But how was your trip? You took a
Good.
little honeymoon to Tulum, and
Little pre-honeymoon action. It was cool. It was good. We stayed on the beach and chilled and got a little food poisoning on the way home. So you know how that I lost. It was a good weight loss plan. I lost about 10 pounds. So
that's an impressive virus there.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's
That
just
is,
yeah.
if you can bottle that, I think you can make a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, right. I don't know if people are willing to put up with the pain, but you know. There's
Uh,
probably much better, products out there.
all right, looks like we are live.
Yep, I'm seeing it on, my page. I think you're live on yours. So cool, man. Thanks for doing this. I really, really appreciate it. I know, we had some of you who are watching this may have seen the last one we did where we, um, just had a little get to know each other and talked business and network marketing and what's happening in the future. And we talked a lot about, or a little bit towards the end, about what you guys are doing with AI. And it's funny, I don't know if you remember this, months and months ago, we had a conversation and you were like, yeah, we're actually putting together some AI stuff. This was maybe a year ago or more when you
Mhm.
first started working on it. And I remember like being so intrigued, like, man, I can't wait till they roll this out because I know everything you do is world class and you're just like a genius level when it comes to marketing, in my opinion, my humble but accurate opinion. And so I've kind of been waiting for like a year on really understanding everything that you guys are doing. And so I think I know a little bit more than what our viewers do, but I don't have a full understanding. So I'm going to be kind of learning with everyone here about what you guys have going on from the standpoint of AI. And, you know, it's something inside or outside of network marketing. AI is massive. It's, if you look at the, valuations of companies in the AI space, the, the multiples for those kind of companies from an acquisition standpoint are just insane. I mean, there's companies selling for $1 billion with no revenues, but because everyone really is starting to understand the power of AI,
Yeah.
and just realizing, man, if we don't hop on this bandwagon, we're going to be left behind. And I think network marketers are also starting to become really hyper aware that it's working within our profession. And so, yeah, man, I'm stoked to hear more.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we're there's always been a way. Like ever since I started off doing attraction marketing and learned it from my mentors, Mike Dillard and Tim Irway. They're really kind of like you could say the fathers of attraction marketing because they're the ones that popularized it. Um, uh, I'm just getting scrolling. I don't know what that means, but you guys can hear us, all right? Right? Yeah, I heard myself.
I
Um,
hear you.
yeah, all good. And so it's always been possible to actually automate various aspects of the business building process, lead generation to start, being able to generate leads on autopilot, through advertising and then through funnels, and then having email automation so that when your leads, opt in and receive information, you can continue to follow up. And that's been around for a long, long time. The issue with teaching network marketers that, especially if they have no technical background, is, especially back then when I started. Back then, I had to code up my own websites. I had to like write HTML and PHP code and learn the technical side of it. There was no easy tools for building websites or building funnels, and certainly nothing that was designed for this type of marketing. But I, figured it out and did it anyway. And a lot of people from that era figured it out and learned to do it. And eventually came tools that made doing that easier. And so, for example, advertising is now as simple as hitting a blue button and putting in your credit card, and you can spend $1 a day to like have some of your content on Facebook or Instagram be shown to more people. So that's a form of advertising. It's very inexpensive. That's a form of advertising. There's a right way and wrong way to do it so that you don't lose money. But so that's always been there. So that advertising became easier. Now there's tools that came out that made, that was specifically designed for this type of funnel marketing so that people can start building email lists. But even then, it was still, you had to go through a learning curve. It didn't require writing code, but it did require learning a new platform, a new software, a new app. And so that's the thing. But then, and so automation has been possible, and it's become easier and easier and more accessible to more people, especially those that have gone through our programs, because we are very diligent about, starting people off with the fundamentals, and then like layering on top of those fundamentals some of the things that allow them to create more leverage to social media. So now with social media, we have schedulers. So we have the ability. And I talked to my last live where you weren't on, Matt. I literally went through the gamut. I probably fire hose and overwhelmed everybody because I was like, here's every way you can automate your network marketing business. Number one, to like,
Yeah.
and it probably, and I did it just because I wanted to kind of help people see all the possibilities there are that are just haven't been accessible to people. They've
Mhm.
been accessible to people like me because I was willing to go through the learning curve and the work and the coaching and the mentoring and so have our students. And so like if you think of a social media scheduler where you can schedule out your social media content well in advance and you set it and forget it and it kind of keeps posting on your behalf. That's a form of automation. And so, but then, and then there's like a tool like ManyChat, like literally will like auto respond to people in Messenger. And you can start building a contacts list through Messenger. But then now we have project broadcast and or shout, which is a similar tool where it's another tool where now you can basically build an SMS list and message everybody and follow up with all your prospects and drip on them, etc. The issue is now the subscriptions keep piling up, and you have to learn how to use these platforms. Then you have to learn how to use these platforms together. Sometimes they don't play nice with each other. And so now you need a programmer to like have them play nice with each other and like communicate with each other. So now, so even with the tools that have made things a little easier and more accessible, it still can get complicated, and just people just go, you know what, too complicated, too overwhelming, not worth it. And so AI, a few developments have happened recently. Is that AI has made some of these things that used to be very challenging a whole lot easier. And it's actually also allowed us to start automating things that we didn't think were possible to automate. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about here is how it's possible to automate the thing that everyone, including me, always told you can't automate. Like, I didn't believe you could do this. I didn't see this coming, which is how to automate a prospecting conversation.
Yeah.
Like automating like a conversation with a prospect, and having that kind, whether it's, there's different ways of having that type of enrollment conversation. It starts with like form, family, occupation, recreation form. There's, you can follow a sales structure. You can follow something like what we teach, which is more question based. um but the point is, I was like that, like when you like, we're going to solve at attraction marketing, we're going to solve the number one problem network marketers is having enough people to talk to.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the
And
main
and
problem.
that
So
that is always the main problem, always has been. Yep.
yeah, but and then and when you have a lot of people to talk to, now the problem becomes, well, I have too many people to talk to, and trying to keep up with that. When you become really good at attraction marketing,
Yeah.
over and over again, the very good problem that happens, that I don't feel sorry for anybody, but it does happen and it could be stressful, is your inbox all of a sudden blows up because
Mhm.
one of your reels goes viral, and people are like blowing up your inbox, requesting more information, wanting to know what you're doing, and then you're trying to keep up.
Well, that is when I, for a handful of years had our coaching company, and we taught a lot of the attraction marketing, some of the similar stuff that you do on, Reels and TikToks going viral. And we had many of our students who would, they'd have a reel get 1 million views, or 100,000 views on TikTok, and suddenly they'd have 100 leads a day coming in. Then it was like, all right, let's have you set up project broadcast. So it was like, all right, well, we solved one problem, but that created a whole nother problem. Um, And we created systems around it, but it was like, I'll be honest, it was difficult, like having to help people set up all those different systems. So yeah, this is
Right.
again why I'm fascinated with what you're doing here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is because it's and it's not that it's hard. It's just that oftentimes it's a mindset, it's a fear around technology. We're accustomed to looking at something and going, "Oh, okay, I see how that works." And for the things that we don't have that effect with,
Mhm.
before we're introduced to something like that, we tend to go to school to learn it. Like when we went to school to be an engineer, if I just looked at, here's how a circuit board, I'm trying to figure out how it works. No way I'm going to figure it out. I was just like, it is, Chinese to me. I don't have no idea. But then when I go to school and go through training, and then it becomes less mysterious and less mysterious, but I have to work really hard,
Mhm.
and I have to have very stressful moments with exams and finals and all that stuff, and then lab. But then all of a sudden, when it becomes clear, it's no longer overwhelming. But had to be willing to go through that hard work. And I think any new skill, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to go through a period where you're going to feel overwhelmed. It's stressful, but you have to work through it. And eventually, when you understand how things work, it's no longer overwhelming. It's no longer intimidating. It was always within your ability. You just didn't have information because you couldn't just look at it and understand it.
Mhm.
See, with a prospecting account, when your upline goes, well, make a list of 100 friends and family, and and let's reach out to them one at a time. Well, we get how that works. We might not be very good at it, and we
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
totally blow it, but we
Simple.
get how it works.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, send messages to 100 people a day on Facebook. Well, okay, we understand how that works. It's like it's not a mystery, like how that works, and like what I'd have to do because I already now if you don't know how to use Facebook and you don't know how to use Messenger, then all of a sudden that becomes overwhelming because it's like, what is this Facebook thing? What do you mean? What's a
Mhm.
messenger? And so it just has to do with what it is like we're able to comprehend from what we're being told. So technology takes it to another level because even with tools that are supposed to make it easier, we log in for the first time on the platform, our eyes are wide open because we're trying to comprehend everything that is laid out in there. We want to know what it all does in the moment that we see it. And if we don't, we're overwhelmed and like, this is hard. I'm not tech savvy. And we start forming all these limiting beliefs about ourselves. So anyway, so but AI, with AI, things are becoming two things are happening, a few trends that I'm seeing. And there's three things I'm going to talk about. One is that there's starting to be tools that are consolidating all these different platforms and functionalities all into one. So that's number one. There's that that's a problem in the marketplace. There's automation available, but when you have to get 15 different subscriptions that
Mhm.
add up to $1,000 per month, that doesn't make any sense. And so there's starting to be companies that are combining, and we actually a couple months ago we partnered with Mike Dillard and we started a new company, and we're slowly rolling it out, going through the beta stages of it. But basically, it's designed to replace all the tools that I mentioned on this call and then some. It literally we counted all the different subscriptions that it can replace if you had a business that was using every single one of these subscriptions, and it amounts to replacing about $15,000 per year in subscriptions
Wow.
and can replace. So, funnel building, website building, email marketing, SMS marketing, many chat, yeah, you name it, and then some stuff like automation, like CRM. So like
Mhm.
managing your leads and contacts. So now, that's one of the tools that we're leaning into our community. But a tool doesn't matter unless you can feed it with prospects, right? And like a CRM, an email list doesn't matter. And so what I'm going to share here is not so much talk about that tool because that tool is not so much as important right now. It's really for our students, and I'll be sharing opportunities to how people can get a trial of that platform. But there's two things I'm really seeing that's really crushing it for network marketers. Number one, short form video, especially Instagram Reels.
Mhm.
There's a trend coming up, and you guys might have noticed it, where you're starting to see these faceless silent, uh, very short, like 3, 5, 7-second reels where no one's talking. Sometimes they're not even showing their face. And in fact, it's more like an article. You might have seen, and drop me number one in the chat if you've seen this type of reels where there's written content on the screen and then the content continues in the description or the caption of the thing. And it turns like in order for you to get the value, you just keep reading. And so you're actually reading and absorbing the content as opposed to watching it and listening to it. And it's an interesting phenomenon. And this works, guys. This is working like gangbusters. And by the way, if you guys know somebody that you think can benefit from this conversation, tag them in the chat in the comments here. So we can get some more people watching. Also, some people can watch the replay. So just tag your friends because we're about to go basically what I believe right now is the hottest strategy for people doing marketing on social media for network marketers is first these viral reels, these silent, faceless, sometimes faceless. They're not always faceless, and I don't recommend you make them all faceless because I would recommend a personal connection. But even the people that are doing faceless um, are getting great results because it's about the content. So it's actually
And can you give us real quick an idea of that content? Like what would be an example of the content that would have people want to watch?
yeah. So the way I would create it, here's how I would produce it. I would record something, anything, literally. So what I did, one of the things we recently produced is uh I recorded just the kind of like B-roll from an event I hosted.
Mhm.
And so that's just the background. The video is just the background. And then at the top there's a hook. So there's always some sort of hook that basically makes it obvious to the viewer what the the video is about. So it makes it obvious also who it's for. So if your audience is for people that are wanting to lose weight, well, the first line that is written over that video, it's an overlay, text overlay over a video that keeps looping over and over again. That might be 3 seconds or 5 seconds long, but the hook is the caption, the text overlay at the top that is the topic essentially of what the video is about. And it's obvious to your target market that it's for them and it's conveying a very specific benefit for them. So that's number one. So you need a hook. The next thing is what content you write under the hook, which might be sharing a story, telling about your story of struggle with losing weight, or a certain aspect of your health. Um, and so, but it's written on the video.
Mhm.
That's the interesting thing. The content, and it's genuinely valuable, insightful content is written on the video. And then and so that's the second part. So part one is the hook. Part two is like the beginning of a story that mostly, for the most part, not always, but focuses on describing the problems, the challenges. And then there's a call to action at the bottom of that video that does one of two things. It either is a call to action to leave a comment or is a call to action to continue reading in the caption or description of the video. So then people are told to, let's say, read. So then they open up the description. Now they're clicking, they're engaging with the video. By the way, this whole time they're reading the content, this video is looping and it basically is getting multiple views while the person is reading.
I was about to say, you're kinda hacking the algorithm because you're
Yeah.
either like yeah, you're just watching it over and over and over, so Instagram is going, "Oh, people like this, let's show it to more people."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what you're hacking the algorithm
yeah.
because it's a short video that keeps looping over and over and over
Mhm.
again. And Instagram, and you can do this on TikTok too. Um, they're thinking, wow, people really engage with this video because they keep watching it over and over again. Well, they're not watching the video, they're reading what's in the video. And then there's a call to action. So now they're clicking on the description and expanding the
Yeah.
description. And so now they're engaging with the video. And so now the description has even more valuable content. And the description is where you want to talk about solutions to the problems. So you hook them with the topic, you hook them with describing some of the problems or challenges that your target market might be facing. But now you're talking about solutions in the description. And then you invite them to learn more as to how they can, solve this problem on a deeper level. Like if and some of the examples might be, hey, to learn what supplement to get the list of supplements that I take for my protocol every morning to, eliminate
Mhm.
brain fog, type the word protocol. Or to learn the one thing, to learn my no exercise required weight loss regimen, type the word no exercise, or type the phrase no exercise, and I'll send you what I did. So some sort of call to action, or they might be giving away some sort of freebie, a guide of some kind. They have some sort of PDF giveaway. So the call to action at the end of the description, or even at the bottom of the video itself, is to comment something. And then they leave a comment. So the manual way of doing this, which is totally fine, and this is fine. This is fine to start out this way, just to test out the strategy. Is to reply to those comments. So the people that comment that word, that you reply to the comment and let them know that you send them a DM, and to check their spam or their request. And then in the DM, you can a deliver on what it is you promised to deliver, and two, you can start a conversation. So, and these videos, think about what's happening. People are leaving comments. If the content in the video, and especially in the caption, is valuable enough where they want to reference back to it, they're going to save it, or they're going to share it, and they're going to like it, and then also, oh man, this is really good. I don't want to. I'm going to follow this person in case they post any stuff like this in the future.
Yep.
So now you're getting all this engagement, and it causes the video to go viral. You hack the algorithm to cause it to go viral, and it's a video that's a 3-second loop that's just a background for a written message.
And
We're going back to the
what
days of article marketing.
what's so funny is I've used that exact same strategy and taught that same strategy, but not with a video, not with a reel, just a text post. It's like, who wants the 3 keys to, losing weight without dieting? Drop the word, more in the comments or whatever. But this one, you're actually adding value. So you're demonstrating value, and it's much more likely to go viral because the image post is not typically ever going to go viral like a video would. So I
Yeah.
already know the strategy works because I've used it and my students have used it. We just haven't used it like this. So that's hot.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically, maybe people here don't remember the days because they weren't around, but I certainly did. The first content marketing strategy I ever did to reach a cold audience was article marketing.
Mhm.
So there used to be all these websites, kind of think of YouTube, but articles, written
Yeah.
content.
Oh yeah. Those are
And there
huge
were
back in the day.
thousands of these websites. And there were tools where you can write an article, push a button, and an article would be published on thousands of websites across the internet.
Mhm.
And then those articles would be picked up by the search engines, by Google. So it would start ranking for the keyword that was relevant to the title. And so now these people that I've never met would search on Google how to lose weight, how to get more leads, how to fill in the blank, solve this problem. And then they start seeing my article. They read the article. They got, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then there's a call to action at the end of the article to like join my email list and then eventually become a customer.
Yeah,
And so it was like,
you're going back to like 2001, 2002. Yeah.
yeah, well, I was doing this in 2007,
Okay.
2008.
Yeah.
And
Got it.
so it was still, yeah, it's like article marketing is not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But this reminded me so much of that, because this is written content, and really the video, the reel, is just hooking people. It's just the flashy thing that gets their attention, but that they're actually reading the content as opposed to listening to it. And I think this is very powerful for today, with people that are so busy, they're looking at their phones, in church, at work, when their kids aren't looking. Like, they're looking at, so they can't listen out loud. They can't play the audio because they're in environments that where it would be rude, to do that. But they're looking at it and they're reading the content. So they're reading these videos. So anyway, this in of itself, guys, just what I've shared right now, you can start. Here's what I can recommend if you want to just kind of figure it out on your own, is just start get on Instagram and be on TikTok. I'm seeing this not so much on Facebook, but some of it on Facebook. But where it's really working well is TikTok and Instagram. And just look at these in the people you're following. Look at what they're doing. If they're doing these type of B-roll, like with these background videos that have not, maybe sometimes don't even have anything to do with what the content is. Yeah, you're muted, or did I mute?
Oh, sorry. I
All
must
right.
have hit mute. Yeah, no, I was just saying I've seen it a lot, and the background has nothing to do with what's
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
just a background, like your computer background screen,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so start paying attention what people are doing, especially if they have big followings, especially if their followings are like 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, and look at their videos. If they're getting like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of views, and they're creating these type of videos, study those videos and go, how might I try to like do this for my target audience?
Mhm.
For people that my product and my company might be able to help.
Yeah.
This strategy is primarily like a customer generation strategy to start with, but extremely powerful, and it's free. And I like it over any other previous iterations of what TikTok and Reels was before, because it's going back to my jam, which is writing,
Yeah.
writing
Yeah.
copy.
I'm with you there. Yeah, totally.
So so that if you do that well, it's just a matter of time before something takes off. But even if it doesn't take off, well, if people are consistently commenting on your videos and then engaging with you, well, now you have prospects to talk to. Even if you never go viral, I have a student that launched her channel exactly 30 days ago. She doesn't even have 1,000 followers yet, but she's been following this strategy consistently, doing this every day, and she's generating customers within under 30 days, generating customers, generating enrollments. And now her videos started off with getting like a couple hundred views, 300 views. Now her videos are consistently getting 5,000, 10,000 views. So
Mhm.
imagine where she will be 2, 3, 4 months from now if she keeps up this consistency.
And would
She's
you
already
would
getting enrollments.
I wanna just reinforce this because, I can remember quite a few of my students doing it for a week and then stopping, and it's like, "Oh, it didn't work. I'm doing something wrong." And it's like, just keep going at least 30 days every day, right? Do you recommend 1 a day, 2 a day? What's the frequency?
It's between 1 or 2 a day.
Okay.
So that's where I'm
Yeah.
saying right now. And she is doing 2 a day,
Mhm.
but at least 1 a day right now.
Yeah.
And it's so, again, these videos are so easy to create. Like
Yeah.
the majority of the work is actually in the writing.
Mhm.
And the other thing is you can write different hook ideas and what's going to go in the video, but you can actually repurpose what's actually going to be in the description. So you can have
Mhm.
5 different versions of that and just keep rotating.
Yeah.
Um, and so that is it's a viral reel strategy, short form reel strategy. So there's an event that's coming up. It's the event that's the same time that you're getting married. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, Matt can't be there, but a lot of our friends are going to be there that we're hosting. And I'd say about 30 to 40% of our speakers are actually going to be teaching on the different ways they are using Reels, TikTok, and YouTube to create this type of short form video content. So I described kind of like one way of doing it, but there's always all these different ways of basically creating these very easy videos that don't require you to say anything, that don't require you to show your face if you don't want to. I recommend show your face for connection standpoint, but you don't have to. Uh, and they're really short. You can literally I've been recording these on my phone as I do stuff. I was like, oh, this be a cool B-roll, and I just start recording and I save it, and then I give it to my team to use later. And so we're going to be so our speakers at our main event are going to be teaching all the different ways they create content. They all have their own different variation, but the one thing they all do is every single one of their videos has a call to action at the end
Mhm.
that asks people to comment.
Got it.
And the comment part is what starts getting the conversations, the engagement in Messenger. And now with just what we've just covered in the last 30 minutes, We just solved the biggest problem in network marketing is not having enough prospects to talk to.
Genius. I love it. Who's this good for? Meaning, does it work on the recruiting side? Is there specific types of product that work, some that don't? Like,
Yeah. So the way our students are using it and the way I see it working best is focusing on a target market or a niche that's in alignment with your product. And people might be hearing that and go, well, I don't want customers. I want builders. I want people that are motivated. They want to make money and all that stuff.
yeah.
Um, well, for me, having customers that then have a great product experience, one, you're getting somebody that's willing to invest money to improve a certain area of their life. That's number one, like some aspect of their health. Number two, they get results. If you have a good product, they get results from the product. And so now that's credibility for the company that produced that product. And because you've done a great job of customer support and serving them and hopefully there's a community for them to be a part of. Now they feel like they're a part of something and there's trust built with you. Well, now when you're trying to convert somebody into the business, you're trying to tackle all those things at the same time. Who is this? What's this company? Are they legit? Have they been around for a while? Can I trust them? Can I
Mhm.
trust you? Are the products any good? Well, you've already tackled all those things, and the final thing is basically invite them to see how they might be able to uh, make a part-time or full-time income. So the simple way I would invite them would be to basically, hey, some of you have asked how I've been able to create a business helping people with XYZ health problems. So if you'd like to learn more how you can create a part-time or full-time income doing what I'm doing on social media, then go here to register for to
Mhm.
learn how. And now you're converting people, but you're converting them with the expectation about making a part-time or full-time income. You're not the people you try to convert where they're going to get their product for free and that's the motivation. Well, that vision is really low, right? The motivation is not going
Mhm.
to be really high. So it matters how you convert people. But let's go the bigger deal about grading customers is there's a reason our upline is always asking us to tap our warm market. Like make a list of 100 friends and family. Let's tap with them first because there's already trust built with those
Yeah.
people.
Sure.
What you're doing with customers or even just the followers on social media that don't become customers is you're building a brand new warm market. So
Mhm.
and it's ever growing and it's they don't know any of the baggage from your past. They don't know that you used to like party your ass off and pass out in the corner drunk somewhere. Like they don't know that
Yeah.
you did whatever you did when you were young.
Yeah.
They don't know you in that context. They just know you as somebody that's helped them improve a certain area of their life on social media and they follow you and they trust you. And that warm market is can grow bigger than your current warm market, become more valuable in your current warm market. And you can always be inviting to take a look at the business. So it's
Mhm.
just a two-step process. If you it, There are people that have been able to use this to like focus on a make money market. I want to
Mhm.
attract people directly who want to make money, but the cynicism that exists online, especially in the US and other first world countries, where people are talking about, oh yeah, I just did this, I just posted this video and I made $10,000 yesterday. Um, One, that's illegal. You making income claims like that is illegal. So it becomes really challenging to be put out a message out there where you're making income claims because those will catch up to you.
Sure.
You're
Yeah.
not allowed to make income claims. That's illegal. There's most of the people I see that are succeeding with attracting people who want to make money are doing things that are against the law. And at some point, it's going to catch up. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but at some point, the FTC is going to have enough resources where they go, your company's next and your affiliates are next.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with leading with the opportunity is there's a lot of skepticism. It's hard to convert those people. Usually you're attracting people that are very lottery minded and don't want to work. And and then also the most effective people doing it are doing kind of very wild things that are like
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
kosher.
Yeah,
So,
and from a customer acquisition standpoint, one of I call it an objection that I used to get a lot, and even on, like, live calls, I'd help people work through this, and I don't wanna do this now, but a lot of times it's like, well, I sell Forex training. How is this going to work selling Forex? And it's like, in 10 seconds, we come up with something. It's like the five, you know, could you get the 5 tips from Paul Tudor Jones, the greatest Forex trader of all time? And that, like, this is your content for it.
Mhm.
Right. So I've yet to find a product line that it doesn't work for.
Right.
How do you help your students come up with those ideas? Is it just a matter of like they come up with the creativity, or is it like you've worked with
Oh yeah,
so
we
many
I mean
different
I
people
mean
in
we
so many different niches?
yeah, so the next thing we're going to talk about is about AI and AI, how it's able to automate things that we never thought were possible. And and so one of the things we start every training with, and we're going to have the event where we're going to have a workshop the preceding the event where we talk about how to basically create your own AI sales bot that does the prospecting for you. But even in that training, that's going to be very focused on like this brand new, like, oh, awesome, like I get automation and this thing, these reels and this AI is basically doing everything for me. Even in that type of training, the first thing we teach, the first training is on defining your niche or your target market. Who is your ideal customer for your product? And zero it down. So you don't want to say, well, everybody's our target market because our product can do everything. And I was like, well, it's unbelievable. People don't believe that. And also people want to feel like whatever they're buying was custom tailored for their
Mhm,
situation. So you got to define a target market. And by defining a target market, a niche doesn't mean it's small. You can have billions of people in your target market. And so, but that's what defines that's what hones in your message. That's what causes people to go, oh shoot, that's exactly what I'm looking
mhm.
for, or that's exactly what I'm dealing with. Holy crap.
I feel like you were speaking directly to me.
Exactly. Oh, I get that all the time with
That
my own
that's yeah,
marketing, my own
that's
ads.
that's when you know you've got it dialed in, is when you
Like,
have
do you have a camera in my house, Fernie? Like that's people are like,
Yeah,
and so we teach people how to message the content for their reels and everything first.
got it.
So, but now we have AI, we have a platform that, that process of defining your target market. Some of our students take 2 weeks doing that work to like, um, you know, kind of like outline all the different things that describe their target market, their I help statement, like who do I help and what problems do I help them? And then they're constantly like tweaking it, and it could take them 2 weeks. Sometimes it takes them longer. And but now we have an AI tool that basically will they just answer like 2 or 3 questions, and it spits out everything that their target market. It describes your target market. It gives them this table of here are all the problems that your target market deals with. Here are all the fears. Here's all the things they want. Here's here are the dreams that they have if they solve this problem. Here's how they talk. Here's the language that they have. Here are the limiting beliefs of your target market. So now you basically get spits out a list, and all this list becomes all the ideas for your content.
That's awesome.
And usually that would have taken somebody weeks to put
Yeah,
together. Now
for
we have an
sure.
AI that'll do it in 30 seconds.
Super
So
cool.
that's number one. And then no, and so what we're going to be doing at the workshop is solving the problem that these viral videos create. So when you have people, let's say, even if you don't go viral, but especially if you go viral, well, now all these people are commenting, so you got to reply to all of them.
Mhm.
And you can there's tools like ManyChat that can do an auto response thing, but they're not smart tools. They kind of just reply the same canned message over and over again,
Yeah,
and you do have to program them. So you need to know have
yeah,
some ideas to kind
yeah.
of programming logic. The alternative that we're going to roll out to our students at the workshop we're doing is actually an AI bot that replaces ManyChat, that actually has a real life conversation that is unique to every single prospect, and it's integrated with Facebook, integrated with Instagram, and it doesn't need to sleep. It always is ready to have a conversation regardless of the time. It is always super encouraging, super positive. But most importantly, it's trained like a salesperson. So it has a sales training background. So it's always asking questions. So you can
Mhm.
ask it anything. It understands our business. So if a prospect goes, well, how does attraction marketing work? Like, what do you guys do exactly? And then it'll answer the question in a very succinct manner. And then it'll just follow up with asking a question of the prospect because it's trying to maintain the control of the conversation. And so, and so it actually, and so it's converted, spammers into customers, people that were spamming us, because it's always asking questions. And
Yeah.
eventually the spammer broke down and goes, you know what? I'm not really getting any results with what I'm doing. I'm just going to BSing you. What do you got?
Yeah. That's
And
hilarious.
but the beautiful thing is to program the bot, it only needs 5 paragraphs of information where you're describing your business to it.
Mhm.
You don't need to give it logic. You don't need to code it. You just give it a few paragraphs to describe your business, what you do for people, who your target market is, what you sell, what product do you want the bot to actually,
Yeah.
lead with, and what discounts can you offer? It can give people like a promo code.
Mhm.
And you can also program it to book appointments on your calendar without giving them a link. It'll just ask them, hey, when are you available to talk? I can put you on a phone with Matt Morris, and he's available at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock tonight. Did any of those work for you? And then the person will respond, 6. Great. Got you on the calendar with Matt at 6. He's really going to be able to help you with X, Y, and Z, and whatever you're doing. Looking forward to it. Thank you. Like, it's
That's
it
awesome.
it already is kind of pre-programmed to do all this stuff. You just need to give it information about your business.
Yeah.
And I was talking to John Melton, mutual friend of ours, who's 7-figure earner. John is a beast. John knows how to do sales. Like, he
Mhm.
knows how to convert
Sure.
people in conversation and messenger. And I told him point blank, John, this thing's better than you are. He's like, because it's like, here's the thing, John, you have bad days.
Yeah.
You don't want to be nice all the time to people. Yeah,
You're
you
out at
might.
the beach sometimes,
Yeah,
you don't
it's
wanna
like
be bothered.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
delayed responding to people. You're probably not gonna be the most encouraging person if you're like have short on time. You're gonna be very curt. Well, the bot has all the time in the world because it can have multiple conversations with people simultaneously
Yeah.
at the same time in
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so we're gonna do so the event that we're doing, called Digital Networker Live. We're gonna share a link for you guys. It's gonna be available through live stream, and you can come in person. It's actually gonna be the last in-person event that we do with all the top earners that'll be there. And so, just to give you an idea as to who's speaking, we mentioned John Melton. So John Melton is going to be speaking at that event. Tim Irway, my business partner, I'll obviously be speaking. Rob Sperry will be speaking there. Beck Sadek, who's one of our students from the ground up, built
Yep.
now what is a multiple 7-figure annual business. Mike Dillard will be speaking there, a mutual friend of ours, and
Cool.
basically the godfather of attraction, or the father of attraction
He
marketing.
doesn't, not doing a lot of events these days, so that's
No,
cool.
no, I
Yeah.
had to cajole him to get him there, and so we're gonna be and we partner with him on this platform, which I
Mhm.
I talked a little bit about
Yeah.
today, and so we're gonna talk about that and how it works. Simon Chan, um, Mike and Carla, who are students and their masters at TikTok.
Mhm.
Jessica Davis, who's a 6-figure earner, and Megan Brazier, who's a 6-figure earner. She's going to be teaching on using Instagram and Facebook stories. Vincenzo Sanipoli, who's a former business partner of Fraser Brooks,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's going to be teaching about YouTube and automation strategies for YouTube. Helen Martin is actually the student. She's a 6-figure earner already. She is the one that I was speaking about. She started a brand new channel from scratch to test out this strategy because she'd never done it before.
Mhm.
And she said, Fernie, I want to speak on this real strategy you're describing. But I'm like, Helen, you haven't done it yet. It's okay. I got 90 days. So she actually, so when I say she's been doing it for 30 days, a little more than 30 days, she's doing it as a challenge so she can present her results at the event.
That's cool.
And I was skeptical. I'm like, that's a big risk because you don't know if it's going to work. Algorithms change all the time, whatever. And then when she started off the first 2 weeks, like, her results were like, yeah, she got a couple customers, but then 2 weeks later, now she's getting like 10,000, 15,000 views on her videos. The engagements off. I was like, okay, all right, now I see where this is leading. So she's going to
Well,
be presenting her results and showing you exactly what she did, in a with with her company.
and what's
For
so funny, I gotta stop you just because you're,
yeah,
you know, she got a couple customers in a couple weeks. 90% of network marketers are not getting a couple customers in a couple weeks. So even though you're like, "Oh, those results kinda suck," they're better than what most people are getting in our
yeah,
profession.
but you know, when you go to an event, usually
Yeah.
speakers are like, "Well, I made $1 million over the past year, and here's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
did it, whatever." And so she is really going to give you that journey of like what it would look like
Mhm.
for you to do it,
That's cool.
because she has done it from scratch without using any name brand recognition. She's not
Mhm.
using her name to promote this. No one, no, all the people that are following her are brand new people who don't know who she is.
Mm.
And all the other thing, ironically, is the other thing is she started with a brand new company like a couple months before. So everything's pretty new. So it's not like
Yeah.
she had a model for what others in that company have done to follow. She's starting everything from scratch. And like the trajectory of where it's going, I was like, this is going to be a cool talk from Helen. So anyway, so that's the main event of the event. And then before the event, for a day and a half, we're going to do the workshop where we're going to show everybody in attendance how to program their AI to
Mm.
integrate it with Instagram, integrate it with their Facebook, everything they need to know and have. And we're gonna, by the time they leave there, they're gonna have all the content and information they need. And then we're gonna give them a free trial to the platform that I talked about, so that they can go off and implement it
So this is like a
and make that happen.
hands-on event. Like you're
Yeah,
coming out of the event with a working solution, it sounds like.
yeah. So the first part of the event, Thursday and the beginning of Friday, is going to be workshop, hands-on implementation, and you're going to have all the content you need to roll this out. The next part of the event, the next 2.5 days, is basically just these amazing digital network marketing leaders who have built their business in various different ways. I'd say about 30-40% of them are actually using short form video, reels, and Instagram. And those that are not are doing other stuff, like Vincenzo's doing YouTube, longer form video, and he's
Mhm.
crushing it. He's done over $3 million this past year, from in income from his YouTube strategies. We're going to have a speaker, Jonathan Budd, who's an OG of attraction marketing, now owns his own network marketing company that just crossed the $1 billion sales mark.
Hmm.
So, and he was one of the original students of Mike and Tim when
Yeah.
the attraction marketing revolution started. So again, if you guys want to be able to attend that, I'm going to put the link in the chat. In fact, I'm going to need to go. There's a different link for whether you're follower of us or follower of Matt. So Matt, I'm gonna put your stuff first.
Alright.
I'm gonna put it in the chat so you guys know. You guys can register. Um, you can do only the main event, or you can do the both the workshop and the main event. And I'll give you
And you
details
can
of
go either in person or live, right?
in person or virtual.
Or virtual, rather.
We just opened up. We just opened up a workshop. We originally were going to do it in person, only in person, but we figured out a way to make it happen through live stream. And so I'm going to post the link in the chat. If you guys want to check out more information about attending this event through live stream, Matt.
And
So I
while
just,
you're typing
oh,
that, I'll just say, having done, you know, hundreds of events over the 29 years I've been in network marketing, go in person. If you can't make it in person, obviously go live, but I'm just telling you,
yep. So there, I just dropped it. Now I'm going to put it on our
yeah.
page. And then I'll share a little bit about that event. There we go. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're live right here. There we go.
Mhm.
All right. Now, the pricing for the event is, if you're going to be attending in person, it's actually less expensive than if you're attending through live stream. So you'll be able to see the pricing. There you go. I put it in chat for. So you'll be able to, when you go there, you're going to be able to see the pricing. And so I'm just going to make sure that I give it to you guys correctly. So to attend the live stream is $297 just for the main event with all the speakers. But if you want to add the workshop, it's an extra $200 at $597. However, to attend in person, it's $197. So it's a lot less general admission to add the workshop.
I love the fact that you
Yeah.
make it cheaper in person. Why do you do that?
Oh, it's simple. I mean, there's travel expenses, hotel expenses, and I just want to really reward the people that are going to come in person. They have they're making other
Yeah.
sacrifices, and they're actually going to get the greatest benefit of an event. Like
Well,
when you're immersed in an environment with other people that have a different mindset from all your friends, family, and all the people around you, or even if you have no one around you, it's better to be around people that are moving and shaking.
yeah.
And by the way, we're capping the event at 125 people in person, but there's going to be like 20 plus six-figure earners in the room. So
Well,
then the networking is going to be awesome.
I can't believe you're doing it for that price. Like I've been to other hands-on events where, they're workshop related and you don't get an event like this for less than a few $1,000s. I mean, I've spent, $10,000 to go to hands-on type events like this.
Well, the other thing people are gonna we're I might as well say now. So what we're recording during the workshop portion of the event that basically is an add-on for an extra
Mhm.
$200. Um, sorry, $300. So it's an add-on for an extra $300. That is going to be the curriculum for a $5,000 coaching program.
There you go.
So people
Wow.
that attend live will basically be able to attend for an extra $300.
Yeah.
That is going to be our curriculum for a $5,000 coaching program we're going to roll out later this year.
That's awesome.
And so that's the deal. It's like you can experience it live, have me there in person and all our trainers, all our mentors, part of our team, and have them guide you. And you want to be one of the first to be not only doing the real strategy, but creating this level of automation using AI and that leverage. And we're also during the workshop, we're going to train you on the fundamentals first. So before you train an AI bot on how to have a prospecting conversation, we're going to train you on how to have that conversation so that you can evaluate whether the AI bot is doing an effective job or not.
Yeah.
So we're going to do both. We're going to train you on the real life way to do it, and then okay, here's how to have an AI bot do it with like almost little effort as possible. But that we do that because you need to have the ability to know whether AI is doing its job or if you need to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I have hired setters to do what your AI is doing automatically. So I wish I would have had this a couple years ago.
Oh, this is I mean, people that are using this in their business, not in network marketing space, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're replacing their setters
yeah,
with this.
hmm
Yeah, mutual friend of ours, Brian Fryer, I think he's replaced his setters.
yeah. Oh wow, cool. That's
So
awesome.
guys, the link to the event is in the comments. I'll post it again when we're done. So for Matt's audience, we're not saying the link here because obviously there's two different audiences. So we just posted in the comments. Look at the comment history, or somebody else if you guys can repost it again for those that joined late. We're about to wrap up, so you just watch the recording if you want to get the full context. But there's just some cool stuff happening. I'm excited that get to share it with your audience, Matt, because I know they're going to love it. And also, I truly believe that we're entering an era where the things that used to be only for leaders or people that were super technical is going to become accessible to people that aren't as savvy, aren't as experienced, and that's what we're about. It's like empowering people. At the same time, I truly believe that you need to learn the fundamentals.
hmm
So that's how we always couple this training with fundamentals training. We always, if anything that is AI related, we're going to teach you first how to do it the manual way, and then okay, here's the easy button with AI. But you have no way of knowing whether AI is doing its job effectively unless you do have the skills. So
Yeah,
we teach you
yeah,
both.
makes a ton of sense. And I mean, I just know firsthand that this strategy works because I've done it and I've taught it, but not there was no viral nature with the reels, and certainly no AI having conversations. It was always a manual process having to go through all this, unless someone wanted to set up mini chat. But mini chat's not, you can't have, it wasn't conversation related. It's just very like, if they say yes, you can send them this message, or you can have them click this or this, you know. So this is, I mean, this goes far beyond the network marketing industry. I mean, any type of direct response company, I can see this, you know, working. And so I'm just thinking about having, you know, learning it yourself, and then obviously duplicating that within your team, having, you know, dozens, if
Yeah,
not hundreds or thousands of people on your team using this to generate customers.
well, I think what's going to happen is, or what I would recommend if you're a leader and you're concerned about, oh, I don't want to overwhelm new people with this, or have this be like a shiny object. Well,
Mhm,
start their beginning part of their journey with the fundamentals of what they need to be doing in real life
mhm,
without AI, without tools. And then if they take action on that and get results and they're motivated, and it's like, all right, this guy or girl has proven themselves that they're serious about this, then have a level or a rank where
mhm.
you start introducing some of these
Yeah.
higher level concepts. I think that's the best way to do it, because they're not going to be able to do this effectively without that foundational skill set anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So awesome,
Cool.
guys. So I reposted the links for the event there. I'll make sure to add it to the description. One last thing I'll say before we wrap is there's a 3-day workshop that we did privately for our students who are part of our mentorship program. They paid thousands of dollars to be a part of that workshop. And as a bonus for those of you who book your ticket, either live stream or in person, book your ticket by this Friday. uh, you're going to get the recordings of that workshop. It's called the AI Systems and Automation Workshop, where we actually teach on all the 4 systems that we teach a 7-figure earner. Those systems that we taught in that workshop. If you want to have a tutorial on how to do step by step all those different systems, you're going to get the recordings of that workshop that would basically cover everything that a 7-figure earner would need in their business from a system standpoint. This is one of the things we covered in that workshop. And so you're going to be able to attend the event, attend the hands-on workshop in person or virtually, obviously hear from our amazing speakers and how they've created their incredible results building online. But then if you want to be able to deep dive from a technical step-by-step how-to standpoint, you'll have the recordings of that AI systems and automation workshop so that you can dive in after the event. I'm giving that as a bonus for you guys that are on this live right now. You just got to register by Friday or sooner, and we'll add that we'll add that to your account after the event's done.
That's hot, man. Amazing.
Can we
Well,
talk
Fernie,
to your AI? Yes, you can. If you send Attraction Marketing a message, you'll be able to talk to our AI
that's
on our
awesome.
Facebook page.
Cool. Well, Fernie, thanks for hopping on with me. This was I'm really, really excited about what you guys have put together. It's cool. I wish I could
Thanks,
be
man.
there.
I appreciate it. Well, yeah,
I'm not
we're
sure
friends.
Devin would forgive
We're
me if I, you
we're
know.
we're we're friends. I can hook you up, man.
All
You
right, all
know,
right, all right. Thanks,
you
man.
just have,
See you some
you have to pay me in some carnivore snacks though.
dude. I tried those carnivore snacks that you gave me, and I literally, that was like my gift to people. Um, birthday gifts, you name it, like, as you know, guys anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
that's what I asked for, when was it? For Christmas? Was it Christmas? I'm like, my mom's like, "What can I get you?" "Carnivore snacks. Get me carnivore snacks." So that was my Christmas present.
yeah. So, Josh, if you already got your ticket, we'll hook you up, dude. Thank you. So, that's all good. All right, I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Take care. Matt, can you hang on for a second?
Yeah, for sure. See you,
All right.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.